And good morning and welcome to VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner on Wednesday, the 7th of December. And sorry, I've been rather busy the last couple of days, haven't quite made it. Ollie stood in for me. But Paul, good morning. How are you?
And good morning. Just fine, thank you.
Good. Getting into the Christmas spirit?
Not quite yet. It's too busy still on the mining side. So,
Always busy on the mining side. There's always news. Although actually we are starting to get to Christmas. It's getting a little bit harder to get a few deals done, I think. Anyway, we keep bashing away. Paul, where do you want to start today?
let's start off with a couple of board changes here at Greatland Gold. They've added two Fortescue Mining heavyweights to the board of directors of Greatland Gold, as Alex Borelli, the non-executive chair, now steps down to a non-executive director role. We've got Mark Barnaba, which is now coming in from Fortescue Mining as non-executive chair. And we've added Elizabeth Gaines, who is also a veteran from Fortescue and is currently the deputy chair at Fortescue. She comes on here as well in an NED role. So definitely Greatland changing its management makeup from exploration to become a production company here.
And just quickly, for those that are non-mining veterans listening to this, and we've gathered there's quite a few of you, obviously Fortescue was one of the major successes in Australia. Andrew Forrester and his iron ore project went from sort of nothing to billions and billions and billions. So it is very good news for Greatland Gold. Why don't we move on to some other ones in the UK? Actually, we had interim results from Yellowcake. I mean, the interim results don't really matter too much, do they? It's more a case of where you think uranium price is going.
Well, yes, the interim results are more in order to keep the regulator and the tax people happy, in order to make sure that shareholders are fully informed of where finances have stood during the last production period here. They had physical uranium holdings of 15.8 million pounds and increased that up to 18.8 million pounds. So the value of that yellowcake, however, had declined by about 1%. So it's an increase in volumes that they hold, but it's a less total value in dollar terms. Net asset value for that half year came in at sterling £4.42 at the March 22, where it began to £4.50 on the 30th of September at the end of the interim period. And they took delivery during the half year of almost 3 million pounds of uranium. So the statement essentially indicates that steady as she goes at Yellowcake.
Yeah, look, Yellowcake, if you want to play the uranium market, is a great way of playing it. Now, also, we've had a bit of news out on Afritin, which of course is changing its name fairly soon. It's more a case of just updating, aren't they, on where their lithium and tantalum project is going. And I sort of sense sometimes we get a lot of news flow out of the company. They're just simply trying to move the price up as well a little bit. But what do you think, Paul?
Yes, they did post what they plan to get accomplished during 2023 here, and the big part of it is that they plan to clearly demonstrate that there is lithium and tantalite co-products to be produced from along with the tin in the U.S. District deposits that they have. So if they can bring those to commercial fruition, where they're getting those start generating revenue, that'll be a big boost for Afritin, particularly on the lithium side, because of course, the lots of investor interest in lithium at the moment. The tantalum, they think they'll have underway to producing concentrates by Q3 of 2023. And they'll have construction on the lithium pilot plant by Q2 or during Q2 of 2023.
Yeah, okay. I do like Afritin actually as a stock. I just always get a bit nervous when people are pumping out the news regularly. Also, talking of pumping out the news, etc. Actually, it's more than it's Twitter that is it. Twitter and social media are abound with people trying to ramp up ferroalloys. They've had some news this morning, haven't they?
Yes, they did. Faro Oil Ice brought forward a feasibility study update to a press release here, and also announced the completion of their drilling program out here on their deposit there in Kazakhstan. It's a vanadium shale hosted situation out there. And they completed something like just under 20,000 meters of drilling during 2022. They had thought that the reserve previously was circa 23 million tons for a mine life of more than 20 years during phase one. And as part of the bankable feasibility, they thought they were targeting specifically geology on the OB1 folded deposit, and they decided to, because of success, increase the drill meterage on that. So ore reserves required for supporting of the phase one deposit will be from a new resource estimate to come out along with or to coincide with the BFS. So we'll see how this thing unfolds. But so far, it's always been more and better as opposed to less and worse when it comes to news out on this project.
Yeah, look, obviously the market about 18 months ago got very excited about Sir Mick Davis coming in, and he is still there. But we're still a long way from production, and a lot of the Twitter feed is about actually the fact that people are linking it into the success of Invinity Energy Systems and their flow batteries, saying, look, there's going to be massive demand for vanadium. But of course, the thing to bear in mind with vanadium is that people are now starting to convert a lot of fly ash and oil refinery catalysts as byproduct into vanadium. So the cost of vanadium there is basically zero. And that is the one big problem for the vanadium market, and perhaps why the vanadium price isn't moving up like certain other commodity prices. But maybe that's something we can talk about on Friday. Let's have a look. You wouldn't disagree with that, though, Paul, would you?
Yeah, we could sure talk about that. Yeah, sure.
Okay, anything else you want to talk about today?
Yes, it is one that a lot of investors follow is the TSX listed K92, which had gotten an early increase in their mine permit duration out to the middle of the 2030s out there in New Guinea. And this accommodates the mine expansion there at K92 because it's such a rich underground deposit. It is a key piece of the revenues for the government of New Guinea, so I think they want to be as accommodative as possible. I also wanted to mention our Shanghai Mining Club member, Cerrado Gold, which had put out a news release late yesterday that they have added another $4 million to the promissory note earlier announced for the heap leach development at their mine down there in Argentina. So that's now $8 million total in promissory note.
Very good. We'll call it a day there and speak again tomorrow.
Very good. See you then.